Hey, what's going on, dudes? Looks like I'm back. Hell yeah. Hopefully the audio sounds better. Hopefully I don't sound too sick. I'm riddled with the sniffles. But yeah, I think it's time that I came back, started making videos again. I'm working on a podcast. I got 2 episodes already shot with 2 good friends. Joe's coming back, which is awesome. Yep, we're good. Here's what I've been up to. Turned 29 in April. Hell yeah. I did a couple shows across Ohio, which was pretty sick. What else did I do? I wrestled in Indiana. And that was fun. I whooped some ass. I lost, you know. It happens when you take 3 years off or 2 years. I don't know how long it was. It's been a long time, bros. Long time. But now that I caught you guys all up, let's get down to the nitty gritty. The 17-year cicadas are returning to the East Coast this summer. And yes, you can eat them. Some people say they taste just like shrimp. Look, I'm not judging anybody. I just want to know who's saying this. I'm not saying this. All of my good friends aren't saying this. People randomly I've met on the street aren't saying this, so I'm going to need some info, Jack, on who you're talking about. I honestly think you're a crazy person if you admit that you eat bugs to just anybody. Like, who other than Bear Grylls, who's going to do this? Nobody. That's who. Imagine if you'd been underground since the summer of 2004 and crawled out of the dirt this spring, wondering if that one guy was still hosting The Apprentice. Ha ha. Got him. See, I don't like my journalism without a little bit of Trump bashing. Because how will I know that they don't like Trump if they don't put a Trump joke right in a thing about cicada eating? Well, what is the point of putting that in there? No, everybody wants to see what a cicada tastes like, but pro-Trump bashing, we're pro that here. Even though I don't really care, but we're pro that here. All my articles. Pro-Trump bashing. That's basically the situation for the Brood X cicadas, which are expected to start pulling themselves out of the earth later this spring. Look, I don't think cicadas are worried about being who's hosting The Apprentice. I think they should be worried about the crazies who are trying to eat them. You guys are really trying to stop things that just scream and fuck. Shame on you. Shame, shame. Cicadas deserve all that sweet cicada pussy. They deserve it. They've been there for 17 years. Cicada peen and cicada puss for everybody. I hope that sounds good on the camera, dude. It's also time for another round of reminders that, yes, these particular insects are edible. Look, I don't think you need a whole article telling you that, well, reminding you that cicadas are edible. You could make one article, put it on the internet, and all it has to say is, are cicadas edible? Yes. And fuck you, Donald Trump is not getting back in office. We're pro-Trump bashing. Baby! Real journalism, not fake news. If it seems like you just had a cicada summer, are you calling me out because I live in a basement now? You just trying to throw out my business like that, you fucking news article? That's because there are 15 recognized breeds of periodical cicadas that emerge at different times in different areas of the United States. This year's Brood X, also known as the Great Eastern Brood, will be scattered throughout 15 states in Washington, D.C. Look, I want to shit on that, but I can't because I just learned something new about cicadas. Yeah, sometimes it's not all the ha-has, bro. Sometimes you got to learn something. I don't know what, other than that you can eat a cicada. The more you know, dude. It's a delicacy that's rare. Isa Betancourt, an entomologist at the Academy of Natural Sciences of Drexel University told Lancaster Online, look, it's cool that a scientist knows that they're edible, but I noticed that it was the Academy of Natural Sciences, not the Academy of Culinary Arts. So take that with a grain of salt, if you will, because I don't trust the science anymore. The science of being good. They are arthropods, which means they have an exoskeleton. We regularly eat the arthropods of the sea, and those are the shrimp, lobsters, and crabs. And so, cicadas are arthropods too. Apples to oranges. In my eyes, apples to oranges. Like, let's say they don't taste the same. Have any of you had the Impossible Whopper yet at Burger King? Did it taste like a real Whopper to you? Did it really bring you back to that original Whopper taste? I'll slap you in the pee-pee if you sit here and lie to me, bro. In 2016, the Rising Creek Bakery in Mount Morris, Pennsylvania, topped chocolate chip cookies and butterscotch ice cream cones with a single brewed 5 cicada. And it also served an omelet filled with avocado, roasted veggies, and teriyaki cicadas. You have found a way to make ice cream gross to me. Literally, I like ice cream. And now I don't want anything to do with ice cream because you made it gross. Ugh, dude. Ugh. Now this next part came out of a book called The Periodical Cicada. It was written in 1898, and when I read it, I feel like the guy talked like this. Hear me out. The cicadas were collected just as they emerged from pupae and were thrown in cold water in which they remained overnight, he wrote. They were cooked the next morning and served at breakfast time. They imparted a distinct and not unpleasant flavor to the stew, but were not at all palatable themselves. They were reduced to nothing but bits of flabby skin. The most palatable method of cooking is to fry in batter when they remind one of a shrimps. Yeah, it also says in here somewhere, like, if you have a crab allergy, you should talk to your doctor before you eat a cicada. Just letting you know. All right, bros. It's time for us to have a serious talk, so I'm going to flip the hat around. It's time for the bro talk. Listen, bros. You can do whatever you want to these cicadas. I personally will not eat them. I do sound like a hater, like I don't want to eat cicada. Because I don't. But that shouldn't stop you from eating cicadas. Eat all the damn cicadas you want. Go out in the morning, shift through your grass, let your neighbors know you're a weirdo as you pull out the bugs, and have yourself a cicada holocaust for all I care. Because if that means when I go out camping and I don't have to hear a bug scream fucking, you've done me a solid. So, that being said, let's have a cheer. God, I love having a soundboard. All right, dudes, you guys rule.